Welcome back to another edition of the Be Forever Cool podcast. My name is Rex45. And in this evening, I have a young man on that we're going to get to talk to and get to hear his story. I'm pretty excited to chop it up with him and see how he got into racing. I was fortunate to meet him connect with him on IG. And I see he's racing and stuff like that. So I'm very curious and see how he got into it and all that fun stuff. So with no further ado, let's get this thing rolling. Welcome to the show, Khayden. Khayden Brown, how you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Likewise, man. I can't complain. You know, I mean, you're a lot younger than I am. So, but you know, I'm sure you're pretty motivated. So every day you're getting up and you got a fire in you. So, I still got the fire in me. So, it's just
That's good. That's good.
you know what I mean? So awesome, man. So welcome to the show. So yeah, man, let's talk about, how you got into riding. What was your first memory? For me, I got into riding a lot later in life, a lot older than you, but about in 2012. So I guess like 14 years now I've been riding and stuff like that. Might be similar, depending on what you say.
Yeah.
So like, when did you start riding? And
So I started riding when I was 4, which is 2014. My parents got me a P Dub 50,
yeah,
and I rode that for a while. Not really competitively. I didn't start getting into competitive dirt bike racing till I was 7.
okay.
Yeah, I did some races, tried to go national and stuff. I wasn't super successful in dirt bike riding. But I started getting hurt a lot.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
So when you got the P Dub 50 as you called it, like I mean, did you like what state do you live in? Were you like riding through the neighborhoods? Were you able to go to like an open field and learn how to ride? Like what was that like?
so I believe we got in Virginia. Um, and we lived kind of next to this like open field, and I just rode around in the field, just messing around on it, getting
Yeah,
me
yeah,
used to bikes. Yeah, well, my parents were military, so we moved a lot.
yeah.
We moved to Belgium. I don't really remember how old I was, and they got me a 50, a little KTM 50, and I started riding that at like actual tracks and stuff.
Right, right. In
That
Belgium.
was Yeah, that was fun. The weather over there, it was, from what I remember, it was really rainy, cloudy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, that built me towards when I started racing competitively. We moved over to North Carolina, and my dad bought me a 65,
Okay.
and it was a KTM. It was a beater bike. We went to my first race. The track was called Half Moon MX.
Yep.
Um, Believe it or not, I won my first race.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So now does your dad or your mom ride?
So my dad, he's been riding since I don't know, for
Okay.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad ride. My mom knows how to ride. She doesn't really ride though.
Gotcha. And so, like, what was the thing that made you like? I mean, I guess just because your dad rode and stuff like that. Was there a thing that you said, "Okay, I'm riding at the track now. I want to go race," or it's just like from day one, you just wanted to go race?
I think it was from day one, watching my dad, watching races with him, stuff like that. Just kind of, gave me that bite to want to ride. So
Right. So okay, so
he's
nice.
testing right now.
Okay, so now age 7, you're racing dirt bikes, and you won your first race. I mean, like, do you remember what that feeling is like? I mean, because you now, I mean, you're 15, so you got like 7-8 years of racing under your belt.
Yeah. It was really good. I was super excited. It took me a minute to process, like, first race, I'm on a beater bike. I won. So took home my trophy, and then from there we were riding a lot. We moved out. We lived out in the middle of nowhere. We had like 15 acres of land, and
Okay.
we built a track on it. But the first time we built it, my dad took his riding lawnmower and he dropped the deck all the way down. and
Yeah.
he just drove around, made a little track, and
Yeah.
I was riding on that. Then he brought in some like dirt. It was terrible. I'm gonna be honest. There was a lot of rocks and stuff in it. We made two little jumps
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and just having fun. And then we actually started building stuff. We had a guy that we knew come out and build it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was super stoked about that. At the time, I was getting in a lot of trouble at school. I'm gonna be honest about that.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I just experimenting, I guess. I was immature, young.
I mean, well, you're still 15, but yeah, sure, mature
Yeah.
young. I'll go with that.
Well, younger than I was before. I wasn't as mature. So,
Got you. Now,
um,
I mean, if you can see on camera, but like, what kind of trouble? Normal kid stuff, I assume.
yeah, just talking in class. Yeah, getting in fights, like just little stuff you do as kids.
Yeah, yeah, no, and I get that, and it's around that age that happened. So now you're mature and no longer talking in class, no longer getting in fights, and you're racing. So you mentioned being on the 15 acres and having that track, and so I mean, is that like, I mean, were you like riding every day pretty much at that point since you could?
Um, yeah, I did ride a lot since it was in my front yard. I'd go home, I'd do work, and then I'd wait for my dad to get home and stuff because he didn't want me riding by myself because something were to happen.
Right. Yeah. Makes
So
sense.
yeah, and I'd ride, we train. I've had my friends come over after we like actually built the track up. It was just fun times out there. Some of it's on my Instagram.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Um, yeah, and then I started getting hurt. I broke my thumb one crash. I fully recovered and everything. I went back for my first race back at this track called East Bend,
Yeah.
and it's starting gates with motocross. So we all came off the line, same time, all even. And I was on the inside, and the kid came from the outside and kind of chopped my nose off, trying to get to the inside rut.
Yeah.
And this was after like a whole day of practicing. Oh yeah, after a whole day of practicing, like we get braking bumps,
Yeah.
and I got on the brakes a little too hard, and my nose came up, and my bars chopped to the side, and it hit me in my stomach.
Oh, knocked the wind out of
Um,
you.
Yeah, well, knocked the wind out of me. I lacerated my spleen. I had blood in my pelvis, and I bruised my colon.
Oh man, we're,
Yeah,
we're, we're like we're like twins. I lacerated my spleen in 2018. So
really.
I know what that means.
Yeah, that's that was not a good feeling. I was in the hospital for I think about a week.
Yeah, yeah, no, okay,
So
yeah, I
they
did.
could monitor.
Yeah, I did 9 days. So yeah, I hear you. Oh
Yeah.
man, wow. And so, do you remember a lot of the accident, or was it? I mean, I know for me, I was fortunate that at the time I was living in Boston, and
Mhm.
and it happened very close to a trauma hospital. And I think that was fortunate for me. Like, I was on the streets when it happened for me, but I mean, at the track
Mhm.
they got EMT and everything there. So I assume they got to you right away.
Yeah, they got to me as quick as possible, because they got to stop the race, get everybody off before they can go out there. Um, Yeah, they got me back in the ambulance, and it's kind of disturbing, but before that race, I ate lunch and I had a purple Gatorade and a hot dog.
Yeah.
I got in the ambulance, and because it hit me so hard in my stomach, I took my helmet off and everything. I was crying and I threw up on the bed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
Oh,
was
dude,
just
that's that same thing. I mean, I was at the hospital when it happened to me, but they were getting me out of my gear, and the same thing. Like,
it was terrible. Like I was still on my gear. They were redoing the race, whole bunch of noises. My mom was in there.
yeah,
She
yeah,
was trying not to cry. I know at one point I asked her if I was dying because the pain was just so crucial.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
was bad. Yeah, then we went to the hospital. We're there for about a week. My dad stayed with me. Yeah, so one memory I had from it was around COVID time. My mom and sister, there was a parking garage right next to my window. And they went to the very top, like right next to the helipad.
hmm.
And they were standing out there, and I got to go to the window and say what was up to them and stuff.
Oh, that's what's up.
So
Yeah,
yeah, that was really fun. Well, not fun, but it was a good memory to have.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, and I assume you've changed your diet since because now you got to eat certain things because not having your spleen. Although lacerate now spleen. I don't know if the doctors told you it's like they're more likely they're probably still parts of your spleen in your body. So there might be a bunch of small parts still in there, still doing
Yeah.
work. So
No, they didn't tell me. I was scared. I'm honest. When I went in there, I told them I'm scared. I don't really know. I don't want to know too much technical stuff. Just let me know the borderline and
gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they didn't tell me anything. I mean, I shouldn't say they tell me anything. They told me they had to operate, but they didn't tell me what was wrong with me.
yeah.
And so they were just like, "Who can we call?" Gave them a number, and next thing they had to put me to sleep.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I didn't have surgery. They said that was an option towards the beginning,
Okay,
but I guess it healed or it wasn't too badly damaged.
got you. Okay, yeah. I had to have surgery. So that's fortunate then. So then if it healed, then it's still working. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you got into this accident on the dirt. You had some time to recover and stuff like that. Did you say, okay, I'm getting on a bike and I want to race, or did you have some time off after that?
So yeah, I actually took some time because for a while I kind of walked hunched over
Mm-hmm.
since it kind of healed. You know how you're in the hospital bed and you have it sitting up?
Yeah.
I slept like that and I stayed in the bed like that because it was most comfortable.
Right.
So it healed like that. So when I came out the hospital, I was kind of walking with the hunch in my back.
Got you.
And I couldn't
Yeah.
really lift nothing. I couldn't straighten my back. I wasn't in a good shape. So I took a while and bikes were just sitting there. And my dad eventually asked me if I still wanted to race. And I took some time to think about it. And it was hard for me to say I don't want to anymore.
Right. No,
Like
hey,
it kind of, it, like I didn't want to directly tell him, but I kind of just, you know what I mean?
right. That recovery period. I mean, I guess it was. I knew I wanted to get back on a bike. I knew that even in the hospital. It was like it happened in August, and I mean, I club race, and I raced the following season. I also, just jacked up a bunch of ligaments in my hand and fractured a bone too. So I had to deal with that. But I think, I mean, I knew I wanted to get back on. I didn't know like how healthy I would be and stuff like that because I had surgery and all that fun stuff. But I think but I ended up racing probably sooner than I probably should have.
Yeah.
So
Nah.
you had some time to think about it, and then what made you decide to say I'm gonna race?
Well, so I stopped the dirt bike racing. Um, so bikes are just sitting there. I kind of indirectly told them I didn't want to race anymore because I'm tired of getting hurt. It wasn't getting fun anymore.
Right.
I mean, like I was just racing, not having fun. And to me, having fun is one of the key factors to actually wanting to do something, right?
Yep. Exactly.
So, I stopped racing around I think 12
Okay.
when I was 13, and I remember my dad came home from him riding from a track, and he had bought I believe it was a 300. Well, he actually pranked me. It was a 300 frame with all the parts and stuff. So he was like, "I got you this bike. We gotta build it for you to ride." And I was all for it. I was like, "Yeah, let's go."
Right.
Then he actually opened the trim. There was a real bike. Yeah, I would have been fine with building a bike if I'm being honest. That would have been an experience for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I started doing track days and stuff. I started racing with a Moto Gladiator.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I've heard of them.
Yeah, I started racing with them, just having fun, racing, trying to really progress to what I really wanted to be. Because at the time, I was kind of doing it out of fun to see if I really wanted to do it.
Right.
And I found a lot of enjoyment and I felt dedicated to that.
Right. And
So
What and like going from dirt to asphalt. Like you said you started going doing track days. Like, what was your first experience at the track? I mean, did it just you? I mean, it is different kind of grip with dirt and asphalt. So like, what did it feel like for you?
I did skip a part. I'm gonna be honest. So we actually got an Ovale.
Okay, that's what's up.
We had an Ovale, and it was an Ovale 110.
Yeah.
So we went out to, where was it? What was my first VR? It was either VR or CMP. I can't really remember at the time.
Yeah.
But we went out, and I believe it was CMP.
Yeah, hopefully it's a smaller track.
No, we were on the kart track, and I went out, and it was just a completely different world. Like, from speed to how you treat the bike, how your riding style is.
Yep.
It wasn't a hard transition. It was easy, but it was all just so different. That's what made it hard. So, yeah, I started riding, and of course, I'm trying to go faster. So I crashed. I low sided. Coming on, well, two corners. The second to last corner. I low sided, and I didn't know what to do because in motocross the bikes are built sturdy. So when you crash, you get up, run to the bike, keep going.
Yeah.
In road racing, you just kind of gotta walk off. So like I didn't know what to do. I was like running back and forth, like looking at my dad, looking at my mom. Like I didn't know what to do. So I went over to the bike and we just pulled it off. Whatever. I wasn't really upset. I kind of knew crashing was gonna come. It's bound to happen. So
yeah.
Just mistakes to learn from. So.
Nice. And so now you had the Ovale, which what did you think of that 110? That was a bike I was thinking about, maybe like either the 190 or the 110, or one of them to get. Did you like riding that bike when you were riding it? Do you still have it? Do you still ride it?
So we don't have it anymore. It was a 110. It was fun. I think I have more fun on it now.
Yeah.
But it was fun for my first bike. It's a good learning bike. They're built for racing. So
gotcha. And then so now you got the 300 at some point, and so now at this point you're thinking I'm going to go race with this 300, and you start racing the club series or so. And Gladiators, is it like a track day organization, or they a racing organization, or both?
They're more of a track day organization. Like they throw in two races and it's mixed classes.
Yeah.
So everybody's on the grid. Yeah, they throw in two races. That was fun. It was fun. I definitely like the Moto America stuff and Azure stuff more since it's a little more organized.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
So you went to so I was gonna say, so where did you go next? So did you start doing Azure after that, and then when did you get into Moto America, or like how did that happen?
So I raced the Moto Gladiator for a while. Started getting faster. I got a 400. Then I started racing with Azra because my dad was. Well, we actually raced with Wera some.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
We raced with Wera, and then we went to Azra on my 400, and that's where I really excelled because it's a race organization. Everybody there to race, but at the same time, it's not like Moto America competitive where you can still talk to people and get hints and tricks and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, no, I raced. I raced. Well, I started up in New England, and I raced LRS, which was part of Azra CCS, and then I 21 and 22, 23. I think I raced Azra after they moved on and stuff like that. So no, it's an awesome organization. So what was that like for you racing? And now, were you racing up and down the East Coast? Were you racing at like Atlanta, the Southeast? What regions were you racing in Azra?
This is gonna sound terrible. I don't know the regions, but I know we were like
what state?
North Carolina, Virginia. We went down to Atlanta few times.
Yeah.
VIR. Where else did we get?
Well, you said CMP. I don't know. Did you race CMP?
We did.
Roblin, Summit.
Well, yeah, I did do Summit. That's a fun track.
Yeah. I haven't been in a few years, but it is a fun track. Every track is a fun track, you know.
Yeah.
Unless you got to pick one the same day, you know. Too. So,
yeah.
But like, yeah, I like Summit a lot. How about Pitt? Have you raced Pitt?
I have not.
Okay. Yeah, I only raced it once. I like it a lot. It reminds me. I saw how like Barbara. Have you been to Barbara?
I've been to Barbara.
So it reminds me of Barbara a lot, with all the turns and the elevation changes and stuff like that. But I'm sad to see it go. I was only there to get to go there once. I ran it on a KTM, so a small bike, but still, it was a fun track. So do you have a favorite track?
Ooh, favorite track. I would put Barber up there, but I only raced there when it was kind of cold, so I didn't get the full experience up there.
Right.
But I can't put. I don't know. My top three would be VIR, Road Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I haven't been to VIR yet, so it's on my bucket list.
You should definitely go. That's a track to be.
Yeah. I've heard good things, and I do in the ride game. I do ride it on a video game, but it's not the same. But it's like I'm pretty sure I'll like it when I get there. So you got VIR, Atlanta, Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And so what is it like racing in Azra? And it sounds like you're also racing Motor America as well. And so it was the competition like for you when you got to Azra and stuff like that racing, because it's all ages, right? It's all based on times. You know what I mean? And so you're racing against, where with dirt bike you're kind of racing in an age class, where you could be racing against me in Azra. So what was that like for you being a young person?
It felt great. I don't know. It felt good as I started progressing up towards the front. It took me a while, but as I started getting up there, meeting new people, it was overall good.
Nice.
It was nice.
Yeah. I can see that. And so let's talk about training and stuff like that. Outside of what you've said so far, going to karting tracks and the different bikes and stuff like that. What is your training like? And then also just talk a little bit about Motor America. Like, how long have you been in Motor America, and what has that been like for you as well?
So this is actually my first year with Motor America.
Nice.
Yeah, we just raced the Daytona. That was fun.
Nice. Was that your first time at the Daytona track?
No, it was my third time.
Okay, so yeah, you probably did a Race of Champions. So
yeah, that was Daytona was really good too.
It's I think for any racer, it's a track you at least got to ride on once, because it's just it's just hard to tell people what it's like.
The banking, I don't need it. It's looking at it, it looks crazy, but when you're on it, it feels like a straight line. But you can feel it pulling you into the bike.
Yep. No, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. I like it a lot. It's up there of must tracks to ride. I mean, and I do enjoy it a lot. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say it's my favorite track, but any opportunity I get to go on there, I'm going. So it kind of is. So now you raced in Azra for how many years did you race in Azra, and then like what made you decide to say, okay, it's time for me to race Motor America? Or were you always just kind of waiting for, I assume, your age to get there to go race?
Yeah, so I raced Azra for like 3 seasons,
nice.
4 seasons. And I was never old enough for Motor America. When they had the 400 Cup, I was like 13 and 14. I wasn't old enough because you have to be 15. And then they got rid of that and put in the talent cup.
Right.
And we didn't really do that because we had bought a twin, a 660.
Yep. Okay.
So we
Nice.
were like, you're old enough. We can get sponsors and everything. We can just do the Twins Cup.
Gotcha.
So we went in pretty confident. We went in Daytona with very little expectations.
Right.
Since first Moto America race, different league, not really knowing where I'm at on the twin because I haven't really raced like that on it. So we went in with just try to qualify and just make some noise.
Right.
So we went in, we qualified, thank God. We got into the first race. I placed 18th, which that night I set a goal for top 20.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's what's up.
I beat that goal. I was happy about that. So second day we went in and I was like, all right, 18th or higher. I know I can do better. So we came up the line. Everything was good. I believe we had a race restart. So we restarted everything. We went out again. And I believe I was in 18th. And then I came around and I was in like 16th. And I bumped up to 15th.
Wow.
And I was running good pace for 15th. And my clutch burnt up.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. We were coming around to check or to last lap to white flag.
Yeah.
Like it was right there, like 2 more laps, and we could have adjusted it, but at the time I didn't really know that.
Right.
I thought it was just done. So I was just upset. I just started losing spots as it was going out. I was getting frustrated, so I eventually came off the hot pit, and I. Like a blurred mind. I was upset. I was confused. I was frantic.
Yep.
And I was just telling my dad the bike won't go. So I hopped over the wall and I actually kind of calmed down a little bit. And we figured out it was just the clutch, like just no power.
Right. Yeah.
RPM would spike, but bike would go nowhere. So I was kind of bummed about that.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things when you have mechanical. I think you'd prefer to crash out than have a mechanical. Even though mechanical sometimes could cost less. But it's just kind of like it's the worst too. And I've had that happen. I forget which track I was at, and the same thing. My bike with my KTM was cutting off, and it was like cutting off the whole race. And the same thing. I wasn't sure what it was, and I'm like, do I keep going or do I come up? I wasn't sure if I was going to do something to the motor, and I pitted like this, like I think it's like the same thing, second to last lap or something like that, and I was leading my class, and it was it was one of those things like I still remember it. So it's like the mechanicals are the worst, to have happen to you, but you also learn from it, and it makes you stronger. I mean, you're still really young. So you do have a lot of years in front of you to put it all together. But I think that's I'll say this for racing. I mean, like I said, I've been racing since 2013, and like I think 21 was the first year where I'm like, I'm trying to fix my bike and go back out. Normally, if my bike breaks, and just put it in the trailer and call it a day kind of thing. But then you learn as somewhere along the line, you just learn this never give up attitude, where like you're in your gear, whatever, you're getting everything. You got to use a hammer to bang something out. You got to use tape to put the bike together. And that's that's life in general, man. Because things are always going to come at you, and as long as you never give up, you have a fighting chance. So seeing that, for me going through that and seeing where I am now, where it's just kind of like, all right, I'm getting my bike together. So even though it's the like your first round at Daytona and Motor America and having these things happen, it's just going to make you stronger through the rest of the season. So I assume you're going to be on your way to Road Atlanta in a few days.
Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow. It's a couple hours. It's a pretty long drive for me, at least. It feels long.
Gotcha.
Being a passenger, but yeah, we're heading down there tomorrow to get in and everything, get everything set up like it needs to be.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll get there on Friday for media stuff. But you guys need to get there and do all the things you need to do. So now, do you feel after the first round that you kind of have an idea what to expect at Road Atlanta?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm just hoping and praying. I feel like I've put the works to be able to qualify and everything. So
Right.
just hoping to do that.
All right, no doubt, and you know, like I said, that's something that's definitely going to come. So I'm looking forward to seeing you out there on Saturday. So now, you know, with racing, and it sounds like you've been racing now for several years. Like, how are you managing like school and managing, you know, all the stuff that doesn't pertain to racing?
What really keeps me going with the schoolwork is my parents say if I don't do my work, I don't race. So I wake up, go to school, get it all done, bring it home if I need to. And for race weeks like this, my school requires to like send in a note to like be pre-approved and everything. And then my teachers, they have the option, which I find weird, to give me the work or to not give me it.
Gotcha.
Which most of my teachers are cool. So I get the work and I either do it like tonight, I would do it so I don't have to take it with me, or I take it with me and do it over the few days.
Gotcha.
Just so I'm not falling behind and I'm still with the material like the rest of the class.
Right. And so what do your friends think about you going racing and stuff like that? And do they ride as well, or they're in other sports?
So I have a couple friends that ride. They're on the same boat. But like my friends like inside of school and stuff, I don't they I don't even know how to word this. They have this like weird mindset where it's like, why are you going if you're not getting paid? And I just have to put it in terms is like, especially like the kids that play like football and stuff. It's like, why do you play middle school football? Why do you spend so much money on cleats and gear stuff like that if you're not getting paid? And that kind of evens it out a little bit. But everybody, I mean, for the most part, most people think it's cool, but you still have those few. It's like, I race dirt bikes. Like, you know, they just have that ego. So
Right. Yeah. No. You know, as they should. Have any of your friends come watch you race or anything like that?
Nah. I don't really like to invite a whole lot of my friends because I know if I do that, I'll just get sidetracked and not do what I need to.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah.
So and so like my daughter plays tennis, and you know she practices 6 days a week, weather permitting, and stuff like that. And you know we've asked her if she wanted to be homeschooled, and she wants no part of it. So have you thought about doing homeschooling instead of going into school?
I'm gonna be honest, I have not because I feel good where I'm at. I'm already in high school. I'm in 10th grade. I only have 2 more years, so not much time left. But I don't know about my parents. They probably have, but I don't see the need in it.
Gotcha. Okay, and so you know this is your first year in Motor America. What are your goals for the year? Like, what do you know? You come Jersey in the September, October. I don't know exact calendar date. What are you hoping to see yourself finished in the series?
Me personally, I want to get at least a point or two.
Okay.
I just don't want to have my hopes too high to where I start beating myself up because I tend to do that often.
Right.
Because I know what I'm capable of, but like, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping to get through the year, stay in one piece, score a point or a couple points. Just, you know.
And so even though it was only Daytona, and I don't know how much seat time you got on the R660, and I don't know if you rode any other bigger bikes since the Ninja 400, but you know, at the end of the weekend, and getting up to 15th place with a couple of laps to go, like how do you feel yourself, against the competition? you're like, okay, I wasn't given 89%, so if I give a little more, I might do something. Did you have that in the back of your mind a little bit?
Yeah, it's always like that for me. After thinking about it, it's like I could have done this better, I could have done that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it just, I don't know. It's weird how it happens.
Listen, man, you're really young, so like you said early on, it's all fun and enjoying and having fun. Because I mean, we all, take it serious to a degree, but when you're 15, you got to have more fun than take it serious. You know what I mean? You can worry about that like when you're in your 20s, as far as making certain decisions, but you have to love whatever it is that you're doing, and as long as you stay with, as long as that love is there, like anything's possible.
Right.
So that's pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what happened this season for you, man. And so tell folks how they can find you on social media, and if you're looking for sponsors, tell the sponsors how they can find you, all that fun stuff.
You can find my Instagram and Facebook at Two Bones Racing. I want to thank On the Way Racing, OTW Racing, Lejeune Power Sports. Gosh.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming on, man, and taking the time and sharing your story. I'm looking forward to it, man. You're still pretty young, so you have some ways to go. So that's the beautiful part about it. My name is Rex 45. It's the Be Forever Cool podcast. This evening we had Khayden Brown on. Thank you for coming on, man. Peace.